Welcome to the second segment of my Message Behind the Music series, where I discuss with my special guest, Melissa Scott, the origins of my original song, My God, Elroy. In this particular segment, we're going to delve even deeper into the personal narrative that inspired this song and the message that I hope to communicate to my listeners. I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to receiving feedback on this segment.
So you mentioned you shared a lot. Thank you with the audience as it relates to the song itself and the biblical origin of it. And you also kind of touched a little bit on like personally. Can you give us a little like where were you personally? Give us a little context around like where were you in that particular stage of your life where this song began to have like a meaning for you.
So, I not only was I physically displaced, but I think I was in a place where I just felt like a lot of the things that I had been trusting God to do in my life was also hanging in the balance. And so naturally, I was waiting to move into a new home, and that home was being built, and there were delays, unexpected delays with moving into that house. So naturally, I'm just like, okay, when am I going to transition into this new home?
Yeah.
Excitement, great anticipation. But at the same time, at the time I was not married, and I found myself in a relationship that didn't turn out as I had hoped. And so just kind of feeling in a place where, being a mature woman, not married, and wanting to have a relationship, coming out one that wasn't successful, and just kind of like, God, my heart's desire. And, I've been waiting to, be married. So that was another dimension of where I was at this time. And just also having an assignment to really do things musically, personally, around my personal music, and just having these hopes in my heart and having a vision for what could be or what was to come, and just feeling like I'm just in this holding pattern. So in the midst of that, Elroy ministered to me because I began to see that God knows me. Like he knows me. In fact, the desires that I had, he put on the inside of me.
Right.
So there is some expectation that what he put in me is going to materialize. It's just a matter of when. And then how do I deal with that gap between when I became aware of what God has, promised me, and when it actually comes to fulfillment.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a lot to chew on. Understanding like where you were in that place, what messages that you are wanting to get across to your audience?
I believe that this song has the ability to minister to someone who is really in that place, perhaps of uncertainty. Maybe they feel like they're in a place of obscurity, and maybe they're wanting to be in a different standing in life, whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial, whether it's relational, and there are hopes and dreams and expectations of being in a different place. This song, I believe, could give that person hope that God knows where we are. He knows our beginning from our ending from our beginning, and quite frankly, He's written out, our timeline in this earth. And if we just take our focus off the thing that we're so anxious to get to and really focus in on just your relationship with God, knowing that God sees, He understands, and just there needs to be and understanding that in the place that you're in, what is God trying to develop in you? You know, what is He trying to bring out of you in that season, in that time of waiting? Because whatever we feel like we need, everything is in Him, even in the waiting.